Hey folks, Mike and McGee here. In today's video, we are going to be planting our potato crop. Now, as you know, Mary's getting married. By the time you see this video, she'll already be married. So we don't need as many potatoes as we did before, maybe. But we're planting 100 pounds. You say that's a lot? We used to plant 200 pounds. So we had a good deal of snow and rain and stuff that kept us from planting earlier. We like to plant in February if we can. But this time we're planting actually in March. I don't know if you'll be even watching this in March. It may be on into April when you watch this video, but that don't matter. We've got a dry day. Tonight they're calling for a lot of rain, possible tornadoes. We figure if we put the potatoes in the ground and bury them, they probably won't get blown away. Let's do it. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This next part is my favorite. that used to be where the fill ended and it came straight. We added this much more new ground when we put the new water line in. You can still see the dirt right there where the water line's going from the spring to the house. You can see the brush here that we dug up. There were a lot of trees growing right here in this area, and the cornfield started right here. So this is gonna be new ground. We're putting potatoes there. It does not require as much nitrogen, so it should be fine. I believe corn would have done fine here if we would have had, you know, left the clover to grow on up about a foot high or more. But this is going to be great potato ground. Looking forward to planting it. The boys should be on the way right now. I better get back to work. Y'all about ready to plant some taters? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And are we gonna do red at the start and then white?
Yeah, let's do red at the start.
Okay.
That's perfect. I'm gonna tell everybody what that's all about.
Okay.
But we got something happening here we need to get on camera. That rough ground that we just got going is definitely hard to work. It was hard for me to plow and it's hard for them to turn. Or you could say it was hard for me to turn and it's hard for them to plow. That that he's using is a 1-horse turning plow, and that we have used that for years. I bought that turning plow without handles, put new handles on it years ago when I was living in a horse and buggy Amish community. I used a chair spindle as a cross tie, but it worked good. It's been it's taken some serious abuse. Now let's talk about planting these taters upside down. We've decided to do a test. Every year we plant with the skin side up because that's what we've been told to do. It takes a little bit of extra time to make sure they're all turned that way. So we are going to plant one row exactly the opposite. We're going to turn them upside down, skin down, and we're going to see if it takes them longer to come up, if they come up, etc., etc. And that way, if there's no difference from now on, we know it don't matter. We'll just throw them in the ditch and cover them up. What do you think about that? That is something you can follow throughout this year. We will be showing you the results, but not in today's video. Today's video is all about getting them in the dirt and getting them tornado proof. If I could make one suggestion to anyone who is just starting out and you think you want to skimp on buying a certain piece of equipment you think you want to make do without, you can make do without it, but I would highly recommend not skipping on the tiller. When you plow it, and you need to plow it, you don't need to just till it without turning it, because you can't. Can you imagine? We'll take a moment, take our hats off, put our hands over our heart. All right, so you see when you turn it, you're turning under all this nitrogen right here. This is the crimson clover, and later in the season, this stuff is going to be literally 1.5 feet tall and very thick. Got to be plowed under. That tiller comes in and makes an absolute difference. You see this right here? That clod, it's breaking apart pretty nice, but you don't want to be trying to chop that up with a hoe if you're trying to grow enough potatoes to feed a whole family. It's not doable. It's a mess. Now last year it was too wet to do what we're doing now, and I showed you how to just plow them under as you go. That was very unorthodox, very crazy, and it worked. We got some potatoes. Otherwise we wouldn't have had a potato crop. But this right here, the way we're doing it now, is the way that it should be done. Planting each row far enough apart that we can get a tractor between there, or at least I hope they're going that wide. That's what they were told to do. If they don't, it ain't a huge deal, but anyway, I've got to keep going. They're gonna catch me. is the proper way that we know to plant potatoes, and this would be the improper way. We will find out if this way is inferior in just a few months, actually. Caleb, are the red taters done?
Yep.
All you likes the white taters?
The golden ones.
The golden ones. They're Kennebecks. They're supposed to be white.
What a golden.
Oh, they ain't as gold as Yukon gold. Yukon always has trouble with rottenness, so we just hardly grow them anymore. We've got a wind advisory all day. There's a nice breeze blowing right now. It actually helped dry that dirt out good before I tilled it. Actually helped a lot. The red potatoes we planted are called Pontiac. These white potatoes are called Kennebec. We've had really good success with both of those varieties in the past. Anytime that we have varied from that, it's cost us. When we do Kennebec and Pontiac, we get good results. Take a look at this photo of Frank. He got all hot. Oh man. 5 years ago was the last time we planted potatoes in this spot. 4 years ago, we moved over there. 3 years ago, on down, and so forth. So, I love to rotate my potatoes because potatoes tend to really have problems if you plant them in the same spot. And one of those problems is the Colorado potato beetle. And we never had a single potato beetle in this field, and we want to keep it that way. This row here was doing good, but then I started having to turn up over the wrong side.
Okay.
And I can't seem to stop it. Matt, is this your favorite job?
No.
Can't say it is.
Can't say it's my favorite.
Oh well.
It's close though.
You like taters and gravy too much. Nope, we ain't finding no arrowheads. It has to rain and wash the dirt off the tops of them before you can find them too good.
We're gonna get enough rain.
Oh, well, I hope we get some rain. Time to drag them shut. We've got a poplar pole, almost a log. Only Joel can handle it. All right, on up. It's gonna take some weight. It's doing good. Matt, great work. Notice how they have one rope tied shorter than the other? That helps keep this dirt going. People wonder if I get enough exercise. Yeah. You could. You want to? If you drop the camera, it'll get buried. Then nobody will get to watch this video.
Yeah.
Bad as I hate to, I think I better run with it. I'm not even huffing. If I wasn't on carnivore, I'd be huffing and puffing. Yeah. Beautiful work, boys. All right. That ground will let lay just like that until it's time to plant corn. We're gonna let that clover grow. It needs to grow a lot before we plant corn. All right, folks, there you go. That is the potato planting for the 2025 season. We show it to you every year. We move it every year. This is the first time since we started YouTubing that we put it back in a place where we already planted them. I'm pretty sure I was right when I was counting up and said it's been 5 years since we planted here. I'm pretty sure I've been YouTubing 6 years. So there was a year, I guess, that we planted somewhere else first. Then we came here 5 years ago. I guess that's how it worked out. I can't remember, but we're pretty excited about this because we didn't think we was gonna get potatoes planted before the wedding. And after the wedding, we got a lot of work to do. So we just slipped it in, just under the radar, just slid right into home plate. So we're excited about that. Be watching, because in the future, this summer, when these potatoes come up, I'm gonna show you if potatoes came up fine upside down or not. That's gonna be interesting. We're looking forward to that. But that's all we got for you today. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.